Hello, everyone. Welcome. Bonus stream time. Bonus stream on a Tuesday because it is summer transfer planning, and that takes ages. Let's be honest, that takes proper ages. We had so much time on this last night. A good couple of hours. We got one signing through the door. One. That's improvements, right? That's pretty much us flying at this stage. So we figure we've got a bit more to do there. So we'll do some more. Obviously, we want to try and fill a few gaps in the squad, and then get ourselves set for next season. Season 15, folks. Season 15 of British Steel. Still at Crystal Palace. So this is where we are then. Hello to everybody. First of all, the Arsenal is re-subbed for 2 months with Prime. Appreciate the Arsenal. Obviously very, very happy this evening watching the football on the go. So welcome in. Rajo's here. Chuck Brisket is in. Barton's here as well, predicting not one game will be played. No chance will we have a game played, Barton. I don't even think we'll get to maybe like the bit where they released the players from the Premier League. I mean, look, we're on the 28th of May. No chance to get anywhere near the actual hallowed stuff, the first games of the season. Like pre-season's not even going to happen. But we shall see. Fat Nigel's in, of course, wanting to save me from watching any more of Chelsea. They are dire. Not watching it, but I'm guessing from what I've seen, it's not good. Broadsist is in. Hiles is in. Welcome, Hiles. How are you, pal? And JM Thoughts. Hello, JM Thoughts. Welcome to you as well. Big shout for JM Thoughts, who we love dearly. You should go and drop that man a follow. Zealand's just raided someone doing an MK franchise road to glory. Oh dear. Well, I'll try and restore faith in humanity. I'll try my best. This is where we are then. So Crystal Palace, as I say, we finished 12th last season. Not great, not dreadful. We were expected to finish in the top half, so that's fine. We basically did exactly what the club wanted us to do, so can't complain there. We have, of course, got the old trusty pens and paper to get ourselves through the stream. This is what happened last night, right? This is what the squad currently looks like. We tried to cut it to pieces. We tried to change it around. I'm still not convinced on that shape there. I still don't think that's the right way, but let's wait and see. We might have to change that partnership, because CM on attack and Baldwin in midfield and support. Maybe, I don't know. I think that needs to be a ball winner, and that needs to be a DLP possibly. So we'll see where we go. But Damjanovic out there as a wide playmaker, possibly. Golubovic up there, possibly even. And here's a thought I had. You know when you have thoughts in the shower and stuff. Maybe we move Golubovic down. Do you know what I mean? Like, move him into that midfield role. Could he be the playmaker that we need? Could he? Maybe. Don't know. Not sure whether we need him up front, or whether we sort of like, or whether we have him in midfield. He is everything that we have in this team, which is basically a player who can play multiple positions, and we're not entirely sure which position is the best one for him. So keep that in your mind. That potentially Golubovic might become a midfielder. We will see. Because if he is, then maybe Damjanovic goes up front. I know he can't finish, but we can work on some shooting training for him. It's off the ball's not brilliant either, but complete forward or deep line forward. Maybe he comes in. Maybe he starts link and play a little bit more. Maybe that's what he does up top. Although he can come inside and hit shots pretty well. So I don't know. Complete forward. Like, you know, what does a complete forward do? Let's have a quick little check there on what a complete forward actually does in terms of the description, because I'd be interested to see exactly what we are. Takes more risks, dribbles more, roams from position, moves into channels. Complete forward possesses all the technical attributes of a deep line forward. That's what Damjanovic has got. The goal scoring ability of a poacher, and the strength and power of a target forward. Equally adept at playing in others, fashioning chances, getting on the end of team moves. Such a player transcends tactical instructions and should simply be allowed to do their own thing. With an attack duty, the complete forward will lead the line, spearheading attacks and crafting out chances for himself and others. So maybe that's the thing. Possibly. We'll have to wait and see. Alberto Aquino has been great for me. Doesn't look it, but has been doing quite well in the games you've played. Let's have a little look, shall we? Alberto Aquino, wanted by Tottenham and Arsenal. Now that suggests that he might be fine. He might be all right. Let's quickly see if we can get a scout report on him, shall we? Will he come and play on trial? Defence or Sporting? I should say as well, by the way, that if you're subscribed on the to this channel, then you do get a little secret channel in the Discord where you can get access to this save game. So you get this save file. Grimmy's in. Yes, Grimmy. Hello, mate. Nice to see you. Not seeing you for a little while. Hope life is treating you well. Big shout for Grimmy, by the way. We love Grimmy, so go and drop that man a follow as well. Yeah, you get access to this save file, which means you get to have a little look and see sort of where we are in terms of this challenge right now, and then you can sort of try and take that on a little bit further and go like, you know what, this is what I did. More importantly, what I did today was I also then uploaded every season, right? So because we save it at the end of every season, we've got all of the save files. So every single season. So if you wanted to go to the end of the first season with Banbridge and take the challenge from there, you can. If you want to take the challenge from the moment that we left Oxford, you can. You can try and do things at East Fife. You can stay at Huddersfield if you want. You can do that, or you can come and join us at the end of Palace. You can take over Winfield, see how you get on there. But yeah, all those are in there as well. So if you're a subscriber, then that's all in the Discord now for you. So you can have a little look at it and see where we are. So this is also what we've got. This is also what we brought in last night's stream. We've signed Daniel Bell. He's coming in from Everton. Centre half. We quite like him. Who's going back to East Fife? Somebody, maybe someone might be sat there going, I can fix this. I think we set them up for a good go. However, you wouldn't see that because, of course, that's the end of the season. You don't get that season's transfer set up. So, yeah, who's going to go back to East Fife? Answer, nobody really. So Dan Bell's going to come in. 23 years old, 6'2", centre back. 16 for bravery, 17 for bravery, 16 for balance, 15 for determination. Mountain Island Gaming in with the follow. Appreciate you very kindly. 13 for anticipation. Tackling is 14. Marking's only 12, but he's only 23, so it might improve. Work rate's good. Positioning's good. Stamina's good. Jumping reach is okay. I think not a bad player. Not a bad player, to be honest. He might not be the first choice. I think we are still going to look for another centre back as well, but I think he's a pretty good acquisition, to be honest. But this is the guy. How is everything going? Everything's going very, very well, thank you, Mountain. Very well indeed. We're having a lovely time. We've just literally logged on. We normally do a 9 o'clock stream. We normally do Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, but we thought, you know what, bit of bonus time. Let's jump ourselves in, have a bit of a chat. Look at this guy. This is who's coming in for us. We had a problem at right back last season, and I hope this guy fixes it, because if he doesn't, then I've got no answers at all. 21 years old, 27 caps for Denmark. He has got acceleration of 15. He's got fitness of 17, decision making of 16, concentration of 15, vision of 15, positioning, teamwork, work rate, that's all 14, anticipation 13, marking, tackling's 13, crossing and dribbling a 10. Oh, called for Mrs. J, there's no chat, I'm off to stream. Was that? Yeah, basically, yeah. That was it. Mrs. J, like, I'm going to apply for a job. I'm like, yeah, I'll go on stream, actually. Mrs. J also not very well still, so hopefully Mrs. J can get herself feeling better shortly. So here we go then. Complete wing back in the making. I completely agree. I think he is hopefully going to be the guy who pushes on for us. He may, in fact, not fix it. He might fix it, he might not, but he's coming in anyway. Also, Tom Hayes is coming in from Sheffield United, so he might also be part of the answer to our midfield problem. He looks like he might be a bit of a playmaker. 16 for passing. Vision, however, is only 12, so maybe he's not the playmaker, but good dribbling at 16, good technique, determined, bit of a leader. He's got some stamina. He's maybe not the most stamina. Teamwork's pretty good as well. So yeah, there's another player coming in that's going to add to that midfield, make us a little bit more competitive, I think. Gumbau is off to join Middlesbrough. We sold him for 20 million quid. We were gonna sign Daniel Lewis, but they want 19 million for him, and now he's transfer listed at 19 million. So we ummed and ahed about that last night. So we might still and ah about that tonight, because I don't know, maybe he is the guy, maybe. And if he's not, then maybe it stops someone else getting him. Look at who else is interested. Leeds, Middlesbrough, they both got promoted to the Premier League. Peterborough, they're in the Championship. Stoke are in the Championship. Wolves are in the Premier League. Napoli, Atletico Madrid. I mean, you know, he's okay, right? He's pretty decent. But then again, you look at what he's lacking. He's lacking composure. He's lacking positioning. He's lacking vision. He's lacking aggression. Does he need to be in a 2? Don't know. Still not 100% decided on that. If we sign him, I think he would be the main striker, Scott Maker, yeah. And at that point, the question is he the number 9? Is he the number 9? Or do we just trust Damjanovic or Golubovic to be the number 9? Or is it somebody else entirely? Do we need a big, strong, burly forward? He'll be a deadline day Daniel Lewis, I suspect. Oh, deadline day Daniel Lewis. Yes. That's what we like. Khalifa Diallo. We looked at this guy and he does seem to lack work rate. He does seem to lack off the ball. But he's got great anticipation, great first touch, great decision making, vision, technique, balance. I don't think he's great enough though, unfortunately. James Gardner, of course, used to be with us at Huddersfield. He's now at Barnsley. Sadiq Johnson. Again, I'm not convinced about him. I'm not convinced. 28, 14 goals in 43 in the Championship for Everton. First touch is very good. Off the ball is very good. Composure is very, very good. Vision's good. Acceleration's a bit meh. He's not a 40 million striker, is he? He's not. He's not at all. Yannick Dashback, we looked at as a ball-playing defender, possibly. Now, I know he's 30. Let's not hold that against him. I have to remember, sometimes players can be 30 and they're allowed to be. Is Dashback an option? Jumping reach of 15. Tackling of only 12, though. Anticipation of only 12. Vision of 13. Passing of 14. Stays back at all times. Refrains from long shots. Fine. Runs with the ball rarely. Fine. Moves the ball before wanting to dribble. Avoids using his weaker foot. He's won possession the 4th most times in the Bundesliga per 90 minutes. He's won it 7th overall. Passes completed I don't really look at, because let's face it, they're a bit of an outlier, aren't they, really? Interceptions made, however, 31. So 31st in the league for interceptions, 36th for key headers, and 36th for headers won. 37th for interceptions per 90. Clearances, of course, pretty good. Doesn't enjoy big matches. Good blocks, good key tackles, but I mean, he must have done all right. 6.7. He's never averaged more than a 7. That's potentially something to look at. But at a maximum of 5 million, is he a backup? I mean, are we already in this position where I'm looking for backups? I don't think we should be looking for backups, but... Or did he just have the season of his life? Do you know what I mean? Is that the thing? Is it like, right, yeah, last year he was amazing. This year, not so much. Yossi Benayoun is potentially going to be our new scout. Yeah, let's get Yossi Benayoun in, shall we? Noah Lang. Noah Lang's already a scout. Go Yossi. So, what we've still got then, what we're still looking for is we are still looking for a ball-playing centre half. We're still looking for somebody probably combative in the midfield. I think someone who's going to put their foot on the ball, make things happen. Doesn't necessarily have to be like the creative force, but just have that energy, that dynamism. Just be able to break play up, you know. I've heard Benayoun is really good at scouting. Yeah. yeah. I have to go. Okay, that's good. Very good indeed. Well played, Matt Blade. Is Corvalan maybe going to be an option? I know he's only played one season at Celtic, but could we prize him away? Teamwork's not great. Concentration, decision making's not good. 23 goals in 32 games is pretty impressive, though. He's fairly inconsistent, apparently. Right, interesting. Dean Murray, Scottish Young Player of the Year. We still haven't gone in for him. I've still managed to avoid him. 4 goals in 9 games. Thuram's work permit is going to expire, so he's not going to be. He's not going to be one for us, to be honest. We're going to let him leave. Set to release. So that frees up another 45 grand in the wage budget. We should look at the finances, by the way. Currently have 27 million pounds to spend and about 400,000 pounds left in wage budget as well. So not bad, really. I think we've got enough money, right? Just about. And I think we maybe try and shift some players out, to be honest. Let's have another look. We had some players we were definitely moving. Ruud Holt as well, I think, is probably going to go. Let's get Ruud Holt out there as well. Did we make a decision on whether or not we were going to keep Gino or whether we were going to try and boot him out? I know he's only come in recently. Like, is he here and we can sort of use him as a backup, or were you guys all wanting him like essentially burnt at the stake? And what do we do with a Dej? We spend a lot of money on a Dej who's not a good player either, to be honest. Right. Owen wants to be considering his options. That's fine because we've just transfer listed him, so not a problem. I think we maybe look to get rid of a Dej actually. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't think a Dej is gonna be the guy next season. I think 24 mil we paid for him. 6.88 overall, which it's not good enough. It's just not good enough. Kabilika, that's a player that we looked at who we thought, oh, maybe he'll be quite decent. He moved to Rangers. Got himself player of the month. Central midfielder on attack. We're definitely not looking for more playmakers, remember. That's one of the things I think was very eminent on the chat last night. Stop looking at playmakers. Yeah, but apparently we haven't got any. El Nadio, welcome in. Welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Very kind. He does look a little bit like his, actually, yeah. I guess if we've already got something that's quite similar, then it's not really something we need to be concerning ourselves with, is it, really? In case you're wondering, the playoffs hadn't been finished yet. Blackburn have been promoted, by the way, so Blackburn have gone up. Barnsley stay down. So, there you go. The season is now officially over after what feels like about another 6 hours. Do we think that this 4-3-3 is the, like, is this the right balance? Like, we're playing vertical tick-attacker. We're trying to go a bit narrower this time as well, maybe. I think maybe we try and go narrow. We can always then force it wide if needs be. Let the wing-backs try and get up and about and do stuff. Goalkeeper, if we can find a better goalkeeper, we'll definitely bring one in. Let Huzek go as the backup. If not, we'll bring in like a youngster to do some to get some experience. There was a guy that we looked at from Man City. This guy here, Ryan Barker, who I suppose if we compare him with Huzek, he's a little bit better. So maybe we might try and bring him on loan, actually. Better in the air, quicker, more physical, better shot stopper, better distribution. A little bit younger, better handling, kicking's better. What else is better? One-on-ones is a tiny bit better. Teamwork's a bit better. Leadership, aggression. To be honest, he's not massively better, but he is fine. And you're right. I guess for that sort of money, we probably could look to buy him rather than loan him in. Exempt from registration as well. Yeah. Right, let's try and get him in then, shall we? How much are they thinking? 4 mil? Alright, let's try and lowball it first. You don't have to register the goalkeepers in the EPL. Yeah, no, that's right. Chunda, I wasn't either, to be honest. I wasn't expecting a stream either, but I thought, you know what, let's jump in, let's have a little look around and see what we got, because it just felt like we've got a lot of stuff we need to do. So Barker, I would not pass up on him. Yay, there we go. See, because it's like because bark and trees and that, woof, dog, yeah, all those things. Michael Cook, still not actually as good as Ryan Barker. We looked at Michael Cook as well and thought, right, maybe he was the guy last year. Tibor Gujek, we still of course can't sign him. Michael Cook was very, very good. Right, yeah. If we've only got puns, then yeah, let's do puns. Let's do puns tonight. I think that seems to be fair. But also, Kalundon was another player that we looked at. Now here's another thing. Let's have a quick little comparison with Barker, and then who's better out of these guys? Barker's still better. Evening, Pokes. Hello, mate. How are you? Of course. Do some puns. All of a sudden, Pokes shows up. If you're not following Pokes, by the way, do yourselves a favour. Go and drop Pokes a follow. We love this man to bits. He's so much fun. If you haven't been in his streams, get in his streams, and just have yourself a wonderful time. So do go and follow Pokes. That's my one bit of advice I'll give you tonight. So definitely do that. So Kalundon basically looks like he's pretty much as good, but well, I was going to say he's pretty much as good, but not as good. He is good. Barker's the better one, really, innit? Let's be honest. So let's get Barker in if we can. If we can't get Barker, we'll go for Kalundon. It'll cost us more money, and probably won't be interested. So we've got that to look forward to. In terms of centre backs, we can get another. Is that? Surely that must be his brother, I'm guessing. Can't have two of them, surely. Jun Min. Aggression, anticipation, bravery, determination, decision making. There's no leadership there. His vision and his passing's not really there, but he looks solid. He does look solid. I mean, to be fair, I'm leaving you to this one, James. I think you've got it. I'm very much sort of like, oh, you're stretching it. You're stretching it. That's what she said. That's what. Oh God, that's terrible. Sorry about that. That's, yeah. There you go. I do like this guy. I like Jun Ming, but I think he's got a lot of interest from elsewhere. Fiorentina, Lille, yeah. Porto, Roma, Wolfsburg, newly promoted Blackburn. He might not want to come to Crystal Palace, but he might. He might. You never know. Maybe we can convince him. Be like, hey, have you ever been to Croydon? Oh, it's going to be great fun. Adam Lewis, I don't think wants to come to us. I think we've already tried that. Actually, does Jun Min doesn't want to come. Oh dear. I mean, that makes me sad. Especially now you look at all the players that do want to come to us, and it's just like, oh, this guy plays for Dundee. When he scores this, you've been done in by Zhang Yunming. I don't think it works. It might work. I think I've timed it wrong. I think I've done the beat wrong. Sorry, JM. Go again. Try and run it back. Adam Jackson won it by Blackburn, which is probably a good thing. Lucy Myers, Salazar Watanabe. Oh yeah, this guy. We looked at this lad. This fella, apparently the next Guardiol. So he's already as good as someone who's a wonder kid in real life, I suppose, really. So we'll see what happens here. He might potentially, just need to wait for this to finish. So 29th of June, we can maybe put a bid in for him. See what's happening. Again, done very well in the Bundesliga. 20th for headers won, 21st for interceptions per night. Sorry, league earned on the Bundesliga. 22nd for key headers. Still got work to do in the heading department, believe it or not. But lower heading's fine. His jumping reach is okay, so he can sort of be. He can maybe cover in that halfback role if needs be. We can just put him there because as long as he's big and he won't actually, he won't sort of be needed to intercept. He might be able to keep the ball out just with the jumping reach. But we can work on his heading, that's for certain. So he's maybe an option, possibly. At the minute, he might be the best of a bad option. Owen Hickey looks fine. Good teamwork, good positioning, good technique, good decision making. But everything else is just okay. Evening, Wilco. Welcome in. Giroir. What did we say about him? We spoke about this guy a couple of times last night, and I'm trying to remember whether we went with it, whether we thought he was okay or not, or whether we were like, mentals are fine, technicals not so good. One about Sheffield United, Peterborough and Lons. Susceptible to injuries, doesn't have good jumping reach. He's called Giuseppe, you've got to sign him. 5th in the championship for key passes. Attempted the 12th most tackles and won 16th most. So, that's fine. Interceptions as well. 6 assists, which is essentially as good as what we managed to get. Are we in the Premier League? No, of course not, JM. Of course not. We're still in the Championship where we love life. No, yeah, in all seriousness, yes, we are still in the Championship. But not for the want of trying, I suppose, possibly. We were okay last season. We needed to build on what we've done. Hopefully this year we can push on it and actually start to make something happen, but we're still expected to finish in the top half, so, I mean, bless you for thinking I got promoted. It's very rare that someone thinks that I'm doing well, so that's an interesting one. And you're right, I love the Championship. The Premier League is disgusting. Dirty money. Don't need the Premiership. Give me the championship forever. Thank you very much, please. He's trying us, taking part that counts. Exactly, Pogues. You and me both know it's all about stories. It's not about winning or anything, you know. It's all about just taking part, having fun, getting a badge at the end saying that you tried your best. That's all it is. And you realise that everyone else got one anyway, right? So that's where we are. Speaking of legends, there's the United City FM. Oh my word. Drop that man a follow, rags to rags. Yeah. From hero to zero. That's the streams we're doing. It's gonna be brilliant. Get in there. Chunder. You'll be pleased to know I'm off and running in a combined Triple Crown Steel Challenge, doing the 6 Nordic countries aiming to win all divisions and cups. Just got promoted to the Faroese Premier from the 2nd tier. First trophy already in the bag. Well played, Chunder. That's awesome. Love that a lot. Zeep, it's the heartbreak we suffer along the way that's the real prize. Sadness is only the friends you've not met. I don't know. Is that a thing? I don't know. Like, you can't spell happiness without sadness if you're dyslexic. That's a saying, I think. Lots of people say that. Lots of people have said it. I've just said it there, so it's definitely real. Definitely real. Have we found any new gems this evening? Oh, not yet, Kev. But well, not a new one. But we are now going to go in for Ryan Barker. I think we looked at him last season, so I'm not sure if you remember him from last season. But he's a Man City goalkeeper. Hello, Viva. Welcome in. Pleasure to see you as well, pal. Hope you're good. We weren't necessarily looking for a goalkeeper, but figured he's probably available. He's probably available for a good price, so we are going to go for him. So if we can get him in, then that adds a little bit more competitiveness in between the sticks. We do still need a centre half, ball playing preferably. We do still need some sort of midfield destroyer if we can get one. Is this the season to promote or move on? Hard to say, really. Hard to say. Like, if it looks like we're making improvements, then we could potentially still be there and hang about for another season. But I guess if it looks like we're struggling and we're not going to get anywhere, then I think that the chat will start demanding more. In fact, they'll demand before the fans do. I think, to be honest, you know how they have like the board influence and fan influence on the game now. I've got chat influence, and it just depends upon like how much they start going. He's lost it. He's absolutely lost it. Like, we need to move clubs. Like, and then we start to consider a move off the back of that. So it is possible. It is possible. If Tony can spend more money than he brings in, it might be time to move on. Yeah, I'm sorry, I've overspent. Yeah, Tony, you appear not to have made any money this season. I'll leave. I'm sorry, Gaffer. I shouldn't have done that. West Ham are now in for Barker. Right, okay. So we're going to have to start chucking money around at wages, which is fine. Dear new manager, there is no new money. Good luck. I'd love that, Chunder. That'd be awesome. In fact, you know what? I'll stay. I'm going to stay. If there's no money, I'll stay. So as I thought we got rid of everything. I thought you were going to give me more money to play with. I didn't want that. Alan Leddy. He's not quite what we want, is he? No, he isn't. Tigian. See, this is the sort of striker that we like. This is that I like, I should say. Sorry, right? 6'3", Scandinavian, not necessarily a goal scorer. That's the sort of strikers that I like. Also, probably doesn't want to come and play for us. But then again, 11 goals in 30 games overall. He's previously been at Budaglimt, Inter Milan, and now Lille. 13th in League 11 goals. 17th for shots on target. He's fickle. Might have problems living in another country. But he's 6'3". acceleration of 16, composure of 16, first touch of 15, flair and off the ball, jumping reach, dribbling, composure. I feel like he's my guy. Tore Andre Flo. Exactly. I'm 100% pining for Tore Andre Flo. We've got far too many strikers that don't score. But this one's got 4 names. Tor Andre Olsen Tegan. Like, imagine him and Daniel Day-Lewis up front not scoring goals with... imagine that. 40% of the next sell-on? I mean, come on, lads. That also means you might not have a problem selling into a new country. Zeep. You are a genius. This is the sort of thinking that we could do with the head office. Like, love that. Yeah, he might struggle, but he might not. Excellent. I hadn't considered plan B. Definitely need you here. So, still looking for a left back to overtake Jones, because Jones can play a left back, but we'd probably prefer another one, really. Sebastian Pavels suggesting is an excellent signing. I'm less convinced looking at that crossing and dribbling. Composure's not very good. Anticipation's fine. Doesn't enjoy big matches, and he's worth 30 million quid. Maybe not excellent. Oh, here's your boy. Barton. Aquino. All the interests dropped as well. Croatian lad can play left back as well as centre back. Yes, as soon as we get, in about 3 streams time when we get to the end of June, we'll definitely have a look at the Croatian lad. Although did we have reasonable? We didn't have much luck with a Croatian defender last season, did we? But we'll see. He's not too shabby, you know. Acceleration 18, crossing 15, heading 15 despite the fact jumping reach of 4. Off the ball's only 10. Teamwork's only 8 though. 6 goals in 13 matches. Where are Defensor Sporting? Uruguay. For the money, for 800 grand, or possibly even free in January. Will he get a work permit? Low strength, mediocre balance. Yeah, but like hardly anything. Okay, so he might get a work permit. You got one at the start of last season. Evening Devil always, welcome in, buddy. Nice to see you. Let's pop him on the shortlist, because hey, you never know. We might, if there is, just a nice bit of extras coming around. It's like, let's get this guy in. Then why not? Especially if he's cheap. That's the kind of signings I like, right? Especially if they say, Tony, you've got 40 million quid, and I'm like, get this guy for 200 grand. Ryan Barker, not interested in contact talks. He believes Crystal Palace stature in the game isn't big enough to match his own ambitions. Ryan Barker. Oh dear. That's disappointing. So, we go back to the shortlist. Barking up the wrong tree. Oh, there he goes. They're like Vic and Bob and another one. It looks like nobody wants to leave at this point. Francisco Bellman. is interested. He's kind of as good as Slujek. So Cullinden hopefully maybe might come available on loan again, maybe. Possibly, we'll have to see. Michael Cook doesn't look like he's transfer listed yet. So again, might be an option. Yeah, Owen Hickey just looks okay, doesn't he? But he sort of has the fitness isn't really strong enough. I think I'm being dazzled by this here. Positioning, teamwork, work rate, technique and decision making. I'm like, oh, jumping reach is pretty good. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty handy, but other than that, he's not a Premier League level defender, is he? To be honest. Evening NYG, welcome in, pal. Hope you're good. Nice to see you. Hope life's treating you good. Hope you had a lovely day. Stephen Parks, maybe not him either. Heading's not brilliant. Jumping reach isn't good. If the ball comes over the top, we're stuffed. Aggression 18 as well. That's something I'm looking at. Thinking, is that a concern? Some injuries. If we compare him to what we've got, plus we've maybe got Z coming back, but I guess, you know, whatever we say about Z, we said it last season, really, didn't we? He's much of a muchness. He's nowhere near as good in the air, but he's definitely more technical. Tiny bit better physically, tiny bit better as a defender. He's 4 years older as well. He's better dribbling. He can cross a tiny bit better. His first touch is better. He can tackle a little bit better. His technique's better. He's much more of a leader. He's more aggressive. His anticipation's better. Tiny bit more teamwork. Slightly better balance. Slightly better agility. A bit quicker, a bit more fit. But then Jones can jump better and has better finishing. I'm not sure Jones is better all round, really. I mean, he's got better marking and better passing. I would say they're key attributes, really. But then, I guess if you're a wing back, dribbling something you might want to do, crossing something you want to do. But defensively, jumping reach and marking and tackling, you'd say, are kind of key. How many signs have we made so far? About 3, Roy Boy. Only 3 so far. So I guess if there's more green out here as well, then Jones is. Then I'll say that potentially Gio is slightly better, isn't he? Shots on target ratio, pass complete ratio, key passes per 90, assists per 90. They're all better actually. But then again, Jones covers more of the pitch, but he is playing as an attacking fullback that Gio isn't, we presume. Tackle ratio is a little bit better. Average rating's better from Gio. Let's look at the difference. So Jones, I'll tell you what, okay, so Jones is exempt from registration, so he doesn't count anyway. They're about the same, really. They both like big matches. He's a perfectionist. But they're pretty much of a muchness, aren't they? to be honest. I don't think we're getting much. I don't think we're getting too much more. We might get a little bit more going forward out of Gioa, but Jones looked pretty good going forward anyway. Yeah, Jones was decent. I don't think there's too much difference between them. So you're right in that sense. Let's not stress too much. Plus, we've got this guy in reserves actually, Jaden Miller. 16 for acceleration, dribbling and crossing. Tackling's really poor. Wolfsburg are interested in him though. Good stamina. He's 22. He should really be improving by now though. And also, if we do manage to get the Croatian lad, he can play left back as well. So it's not all doom and gloom just yet. Just trying to find a centre back who can pass. I mean, Owen O'Brien. Any chance he might be interested at any point. We'd love to get him involved. Toby Ball. Passing 13, vision 11. Runs with the ball down the left. Oh, hang on. You're left back, are you? No, you're not. No, you're not. You're a winger, that's why. At 40 million quid. No, I'm just stopping that now. Don't think there's enough there for me to be remotely interested. I'm going to sneeze again. Sorry, 2 seconds. Excuse me. One thing I was going to mention actually. Right, Kev's in the chat. The United City's in the chat. Okay. Now, we love when Kev's here because he is one of life's good people. And I was listening to FMT this morning. I've put the link in the chat, so go and make sure you follow Foot Manager Therapy. If you didn't already do so when I was on there, make sure you do it now that Kevin, Rich, and Jebaru and White Callum run it, because they're doing a great job with it. They're taking it into an avenue that is really, really interesting now. Okay, the last couple of episodes, particularly, they've had some really, really good discussion points. Now, last week, sure it was last week, Kev, wasn't it? Last week, there was a discussion on there about doing all of this stuff off screen, right? And I was screaming at my podcast listening device because they were discussing about whether or not this is the sort of stuff that should be done off stream, or whether you just, spend the time like we're doing now, sitting, going through everything with a fine-tooth comb, trying to work out, do audiences want to watch this sort of stuff, or do you want season over, next stream loads up, or here you go, here's who I bought. And as I say, for me personally, I think we are creating a great thing now, because we love this sort of stuff. Like we've even joked on now, saying that the games get in the way of us doing these sort of planning streams, and I totally get it. I totally get that some people will just go, you know what, nah, I haven't got time for that. Like, let's just play all off stream. Let's fix the tactics, do the training, which again is what they're talking about this week, is about training. I'll do all that off stream. I'll get it all set. Tactic will be worked out. We'll jump in and away we go, because that's what people want to watch. And as I say, I can only sort of like comment from our perspective, but from our perspective, seeing this sort of stream, like, I love it. I love this bit where we just sit and we deep dive. And I know it's not for everybody at all. It's totally not for everybody. But I think that we get so much more out of these streams, where, particularly because we're doing a long-term save, so you get to know the characters as well. Now we're in like 2036. Most of the players that we're going to get aren't real. They're all new gens now. So we can all have our own favorites. We can start to be like, oh, he's my guy. He's like, oh, you know, I remember we had Wardy, for example. We had DJ Pedro. We've had all these sort of like these characters that we've managed to build as part of the stream that we all fall in love with separately, or we all hate separately. And I think, again, I sort of joke on going, we all win and I lose, because I say we win because you're sat there trying to make this with me as well. Renford, exactly. Yeah. Renford Raspberry. Like, imagine that. Imagine if I just loaded up on stream one day, I've signed a player called Renford Raspberry, and you'd all be going, but why? Why have you done that? Like, with just no context at all. Like, whereas if we're now sort of sitting here going like, okay, here's a player now. Could this guy fit in our system? Maybe. What's the drawbacks? Where are we looking? And I just think that for us, our community responds really well to that. It doesn't work for everybody, of course it doesn't. But I just found it a really interesting discussion. And then this week, they're talking about training. Now, again, I'll hold my hands up. As you all know, I'm not particularly great at training. I sort of have a rough idea of what I need to change when I need to change it, but I'm not very good at it. And I must admit, I need to try and do a little bit more on it. And I've noticed that Kev has said that he's willing to commit to trying to do that this week. So if you are about during the day, Kev is going to be streaming. What time do you stream, Kev? I think it's 3 o'clock, is it? 2 o'clock possibly? So go and check Kev out and watch him, particularly tomorrow, where he breaks it all down. He's going to be doing his training schedules. He's going to be doing a bit more recruitment, 3 o'clock till 5 o'clock. There you go. Go and follow Kev tomorrow, and make sure you do that. And just, you know, if he gets stuck, offer him some support as well. Offer him some support and say, like, this is how to do it. Sorry, not this Kev, I don't lose you. I used to watch Kevin until he put me off. We used to do the right signings done, complete rebuild done. I used to think wouldn't mind seeing how he did the scouting and contracts. Yeah, exactly. For me, I'm a bit like that, Lulu Booster. I'd rather see the joins, really, like sort of how did we get to where we got to. Maybe I'm just a little bit more inquisitive. Maybe I like to see how people do stuff, because I don't profess to be an expert at this game at all. I've been playing it for a long time, but I'm not an expert any stretch of the imagination. So I think if I can see somebody else doing it and see how they get on, then I'd be intrigued. And I think for us, it's just nice for us to all have a bit of a chat, really, isn't it? And work it out amongst ourselves. Go, right, who's the guy? Who are we going to sign? Like, who's going to be the next person? Who's going to be our next star, our next hero? You know, that'd be great. I think we're going to focus on a brand new training regime on Thursday stream after viewers have had the chance to listen to the podcast. Well, there you go. That's what we need to do then. Go and listen to the podcast, and then go and watch Kev stream on Thursday. Go and do it. Go and give him all the help and all the support and all the love that you can do. And go and do that, because I think that'd be great to us. Evening Jay, how are you, buddy? Welcome in. Lovely to see you. Jordan Owen, they want. 15 years old. I mean, he must be decent if they want him. So maybe not. No. Transfer window's open, everybody. Here we go. It's finally there. Let's see who the media are linking us with, shall I? So the media are linking us with Harvey Taylor. There's a reasonable midfielder from Norwich, to be honest. Jumping reach isn't brilliant. Determination's fine. Passing's fine. Vision's fine. Leadership's good. Determination's good. Not much else, really, is there? 49th in the league for progressive passes. 85th for high intensity sprints. Maybe not. Thomas Stacey. Look at that. Oh. Our guy. Still struggle with imposter syndrome at times. I find it hard to believe I can get away with other things than matches. That's my insecurities, and so we're being brave and changing it. Kev, I completely agree. that's one of those things where when we've started to do it, again, that's why I keep asking. Like, I don't ask for back seating, but I will sort of like lean into people and be like, what do you think of this guy? Like, is this guy kind of what we're looking for? Or, right, if you've got an idea as to what needs to be changed, right, tell me how it needs to be changed. Tell me your thinking. Don't just tell me exactly what it is you'd like, or like, oh, sign this guy. Tell me what needs to be done, and then explain to me why it needs to be done. Then we can all understand and we can learn together. Because I do always say, I'm not here to educate people. I'm here to entertain them. But if we can do a bit of education at the same time, brilliant, right? Absolutely brilliant. How about a high strength, high stamina midfielder? That'd be good. Like an engine would be pretty handy, wouldn't it? Can I get a pensioner check? You know, I love a young squad. Can we see it team sorted by age? Can indeed. So this is our age of our squad. So Thuram is out, right? Thuram's not going educating. Days since last madness. I know, Dan. I know. I'm really sorry. I'll try not to. I will try not to. So ignore Thuram. Thuram's gone, right? Roy Wilson is 30. Alan Owen is probably going to go as well. Gino is a backup. Batala could be getting sold. McBride is 29. He might play at the minute. Adej is not going to play at the minute. Gumbau is out. Vishmar is a backup. Now we're down to the chat. Ben Hall's probably going to go. Matt Unsworth is going to play. Serra, a lot of people hate Serra. Martian, The Cure, Golubovic, Murphy. Now we're getting into like the youth of the team. All the way down to Damjanovic, 21, and Adebayo, 16. To 27 and under, look to figure. Yeah, exactly. That's how we do it. And we can have a look into the squad planner. Are we losing team leaders? Well, we'll show you this very quickly. We'll break it all down, shall we? So here's our players. So Thuram is probably one of the team leaders in terms of the dynamics. Where is it? It is hierarchy, right? Thuram's going to go, okay? Gumbau is highly influential. He's going to go. Owen is influential. He's not going just yet, but he might go. Adej, possibly. Hall, possibly. These guys are just newish. So we need to kind of try and balance some stuff out as well. Our team leader is not that well established within the squad. He lacks a thorough understanding of the club and its culture. So that's worrying, isn't it? Our only team leader, Thuram, is approaching the end of his career, should retire soon and will miss his leadership. So we need a leader in there. We need someone to step up and be that guy. Take the armband. Be Crystal Palace. Bleed red and blue. It's a shame that we haven't got someone else who can just strap that armband on. Look at leadership 7. Has anyone ever used Send on leadership course effectively? I must admit I haven't. Is it a thing? Does it work? Leadership of 4. Damjanovic, what have you got? Leadership of 4. Golubovic, leadership of 9. All right, okay, this could be an issue. This could be an issue then. If we're now going to have nobody in the squad who's a leader. Murphy at 6, yeah. Wonder if we sign an influential staying on a course. Let's just see. How do we do that then? Social groups. Excuse me. Right, so we need some leaders. Let's have a look at what the squad plan says so far. Okay. Literally clicked every single button, didn't I? So players that are approaching their peak. Gumbao's leaving. Adej isn't really doing much. The chat is in his peak. Matt Unsworth's in his peak. Ocampo, he's leaving as well. Owen, Battaglia, McBride, Serra, Gino, maybe. Players who are emerging talents. So again, a young squad. So maybe we do need to start getting a bit of experience in here. Yeah, maybe that's what we need to look for. Comparison, very, very young. 18th in the league. Okay. Excuse me. We've got 10th in terms of average height, 12th in terms of average weight, 7th in terms of international caps, loads of youth caps, 4th highest wage budget, 10th highest value. Let's have a look at this. 3rd highest decision rating, best first touch, best passes, strongest, 2nd highest work rate, 3rd highest teamwork, leadership lacking, aggression lacking. Let's look at our defenders. They can tackle, can't really head. Evening Woolrich, how are you, buddy? Can't really jump. Marking 2nd best in the league, positioning 3rd best in the league. Get some hydrate on. Good shout, Zar. Oh, I might get a bit of a Vicks as well. Pollen count's high, isn't it? That's the thing. Pollen count's very, very high. So excuse me. Excuse me 2 seconds. Yes, we will check the players coming in. So midfielders look pretty good, I think. Yeah, lots of green there. Best passes in the league. Best long shots. That's good there. Damjanovic on his own. 2nd highest for vision. 4th for stamina. Teamwork's good. Tackling's 3rd highest. 11th in technique. 2nd for decision making. Strikers. You believe the strikers are actually the best in the league. Highest for finishing, highest for long shots, highest for heading, jumping reach 5th, highest for anticipation, highest for off the ball, 5th for pace and acceleration. Excuse me. Physically well balanced, good strength, stamina's fine, pace is fine, fitness is fine, jumping reach down to 5th, agility, acceleration, like, you know what I mean? This is looking good. Aggression we need to bump up a little bit. Matthew, CUFC, welcome in, pal. How are you? How about the rest of these strikers and how can't they score? Leadership, 15th. It's our tactic, to be honest, at the end of the day, isn't it? Concentration in there as well. Southend fan Tom, how are we, pal? Welcome in. Nice to see you. We're not brave enough. We don't concentrate enough. Positioning's fine. But then technicals are very, very good. We need 2 big, shouty men. That's it. That's what we need. Big, shouty bastards. Right. Angry men. Leadership 10. He's pretty much, he's the new captain. He's got 10 for leadership. Daniel Bell, 11 for leadership. He's the new captain. Tom Hayes, 15 for leadership. There's our captain right there. 15 for leader. Stick the armband on him. Right. What is it? Resolute. Oh. Love him. Love him so much already. Fairly professional. That'll do. Fairly professional. Fairly determined. Oh, right. Tom Hayes is going to be over the moon that he gets the captain's armband the second he walks to fucking get that on. Get that on. Don't tell anybody you've got it. In fact, actually, no, do tell everyone you've got it. Tell them all you've got it. Go on. Go in there and tell them that it's your armband. Right. Who's this guy? Who's Charlie McCauley? He's not really got... Anticipation's good. Bravery's not particularly brilliant. Teamwork, work rate. He has got leadership. He's got 14. In fact, What's the chat? The chat's only got 7 for leadership. What's he doing? He's letting the side down. Everyone now knows that all I'm going to do is just look for players who've got high leadership and just ignore everything else, don't you? You all know this. This is exactly what I'm going to do, right? So, oh, Tony, how's the stream going? Well, I've signed 8 leaders, but none of them can actually play football. They're like shouting. Oh, are they any good? Nope, not at all. Not at all. Just literally signed them because that's one thing I needed. Shall I take these square pegs and fit them in these round holes? If you could, that'd be lovely, thank you. Be a darling, get that done. Proper educating this. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense, Dan. Whether or not it's then executed, that's the issue, isn't it? That's where we need to work out what's then. It's all well and good understanding it, but if it doesn't follow through, then where are we? I have the urge to rename that potential new captain Shouty Bastard. Shouty Pointy Bastard. Callum Doyle, 13 for passing, 12 for vision, 16 for anticipation, 16 for concentration, 15 for jumping reach. Acceleration's not great. He has got leadership, he has got heading, brings the ball out of defence. He's only available for 3.2 million. Huddersfield and Reading are interested. 3 mil. Makes sense. The team was soft-centered last season. It definitely makes sense now. We know that, doesn't it? And this is the beauty of look. Some people are bitching more about the game at the minute, okay? And fine, do whatever you need to do on it. But there is now areas where you can work out why things are going wrong, and I think we might have just stumbled across something there, because we'd almost forgotten that you can just search there and be like, oh, all the information will be here. Yeah, that's why we're not winning games. That's right. Yeah, because we're, a little bit too light, a little bit too weak. We're too passive. We're not nasty. Maybe we need to be. I mean, is it time for DJ for Chevron now? He might be. Is he angry enough? He hasn't got any actual ability, but he's not even interested. He's not even interested. Don't know why we bother. Oji Hoon's got some sort of leadership possibility. Yavi Parry. Also we've got Angel coming back, haven't we? He was out on loan, remember? We sent him out. Oh yeah, leadership of 8. Oh. Whoops. Look at this 19-year-old leadership of 15. There you go. I guess this is the thing as well. Have we got players in the youth system who need to be moved up now? Lloyd Mahoney possibly. Jesse Lien could become a star player, maybe. Chantari. Stick him in the first team for now, but I think we're probably going to send him on loan, maybe. There's all jellied eels out there. Ekioglu. Jordan Owen. I mean, we must have some half-decent talent. He's not bad for 17 as well. So, definitely need that Uruguayan winger. I mean, you make a great case for him just just because he's actually because he exists. It's a fair. Any issues with bringing too many foreigners in with Brexit? What percentage of your squad is English? I'm not sure how much that plays on it. It might do, Kev. You're right. It might well do. We've got a kind of old Premiership squad, I guess, to be honest. There's not like a quote-unquote English spine to it. We've brought in Unsworth. We've brought in Murphy. We've brought in Ben Hall. So we've brought in 3 English players, but everyone else is obviously foreign players. Maybe we lack a little bit of a British spine, possibly. Could be it. There's obviously things like conflicting personality types and personality traits. That's going to be a concern in there, so they will have to all learn together. But I guess as we start to build the team, because we had a big clear out as well. Remember, we did do a pretty much a rebuild job on the squad. We got rid of players who didn't want to be there, had maybe sort of like been there since they got relegated, and they were sort of still kicking off. So we're like, right, get rid of them. So we have sort of started to redress the balance and look at everything we've got and go, right, come on, strip it out. How's it going to work? How's it going to look? Yeah, we are getting there slowly. So maybe a bit of a Britishness in there could be the way. Tom Hayes is obviously coming as well. Captain's armband, Tom Hayes. Oh, Captain Tom. There you go. What could be more British than naming your new captain after a potential tax scammer? And that's the way to do it, right? You couldn't get more British than that if you tried. There you go. 26-year-old midfielder, 23-year-old centre-back, 21-year-old full-back. This is what you got. Tom Hayes, 15 for leadership. Now we're talking. Right. A true British institution. Exactly. March on, soldier. So, evening, Franco. How are you, buddy? Nice to have you in. Hope you're well. We've just seeing us now as we're unveiling Tom Hayes to the Selhurst Park faithful. In he comes. I reckon he could definitely add a bit to that midfield. I think. So he's gone up to 20-odd million quid. Dan Bell has come in at centre-half. Looks pretty handy. Potentially a decent Premiership player. That's what we like. Hayes leading Championship. Well, we'll see about that. We might be able to get one season in the Premiership out of him. And here's our man, Andres Maxo. Currently valued at 34 to 38 million pounds. We're paying him 81 grand a week. He's our highest earner. Decent Premier League player. That's what we want. Premier League players who can play at this level. Here he is. This is our man. 5'10". Dial it up to the max. Not like the East Fife days. It's very different. It's very, very different to East Fife. But yeah. Here he comes. He's the man that I'm happy we got him in. He's no Aquina though. Well, he's one of the options. We'll get him in. We'll work towards it. If we can sign Aquina, we'll get Aquina in as well. But at the minute, we have to work towards. Must get the right players in first. Okay. So. Where are we putting Hayes? Are we putting Hayes here? Like, does this setup work? Centre midfielder on attack, ball winner, half back. He could do the right flank on his own, then just play a 2 up front with a left winger. Just give it to him. Just go like, do what you want, Maxo. Do what you want. What's Unsworth stats at? Right, okay, how's this look then, right? So how about we have Unsworth here, as the DLP. Okay, so he's got vision, he's got passing, 15 and 4, so 14 and 14. Off the ball is a 15. Jumping reach. He says gets forward, but you know we can look at that. Dictates tempo, plays 1-2s. So if he's playing 1-2s, for example, with Maxo here, Maxo goes diving up the line. There's Unsworth, little 1-2s. He's away, or maybe even put Unsworth here. Right? Oh, he doesn't quite fit there, but so Unsworth there. Here's centre midfielder attack. So Unsworth picks the ball out, looks to play into Maxwell here, looks to play inside to Murphy, pings it out to Damjanovic, pings it up to Golubovic. Would that work? And I might change Unsworth's training position to midfield. He's naturally an MC. Yeah, I mean that's just one option. Or we put Hayes there and have that runs the ball through the centre, likes around the keeper. I think that's more of a AMC role than Unsworth's got. It seems he's with Mazzala or just central mid on attack. The chat looks like this. Jumping reach of 15, anticipation of 15. That's why I'm putting him here as the halfback, right? But we could, of course, change him to just a ball winner on defend, right? And he would be able to hang there. Anticipation's high. So if we changed him to a ball winner here on defend, he does lose the whole position, okay? So there's a bit of a conflict on one of the instructions here. Okay, with the halfback, again there's a conflict, but he can drop into the as a 3, right? So we say right, play him as a halfback there. He drops in as a 3 with the centre halves. So we might have to take that get forward whenever possible off for him. DLP is essentially a fee. You might be vacating your midfield a bit too much. Halfback drops deep. Ball when midfielder goes hunting for the ball and same on assist looks to run. Does that leave you enough in midfield? Well, that's the thing. So I've taken that back out. So if we lose the ball in a midfielder, then that's what we're looking for. So then we have that here. So if he stays as a halfback, we can have a DLP, and we can have a central midfielder who goes and does what he needs to do. If we have him as a ball winner, or even as a DM, he needs to win the ball higher up because Hayes and Unsworth aren't going to do that. True. So we almost need to have him there. And what you're trying to tell me is I need to have someone there. Is that what you're trying to tell me? It's not happening. It's not happening. Ball winner on support could be a thing then, couldn't he? Because he can obviously break up through the lines here. No, don't apologise, Monret. This is exactly how we need to be looking to work it out, because you know, this is where we're at. We're trying to work out what the best way of doing it is. Let's have a look at Anchorman here. Water carrier. Anchorman's main duty is to sit in the hole between the defence and the midfield, intercepting moves, winning the ball and laying off simple passes to more creative teammates. It says the key job is to anchor the defence. The anchor doesn't venture too far from their position, either to close down the opposition or to support the more advanced players. DM just breaks the lines. I think it might just be something as simple as doing that, to be honest. You know, ball in the midfielder's job is to close down the opposition, win the ball. He needs more technical skills to help keep possession and fashion out chances. With support, the ball winner aims to win the ball high up the pitch. I've tried all of halfback, reducer and anchor. Always come back to a standard DM on support in the DM position. Sometimes things just work, don't they? Sometimes things just work. I mean, we're trying to suggest though that he holds his position while also while he also gets forward. I mean, a register's probably a little bit too much, isn't it? Ball in midfield and defend. Could be the one, but then again, it's got that whole position, isn't it? Pretty much the same formation, but having Mazzara instead of a CM. We could have it. Thing with him is though is because he doesn't like. He likes to drift a little bit. Unsworth likes to get forward straight away. If I move it like that, sorry, let me do that. So I've Unsworth is the DLP. Sorry. Hayes can be the Mazzala. There, but now I'm on support duty, and he's not getting forward as much as I'd like. Unless he becomes the Roman playmaker, then he goes wandering, or he becomes the AP, and he's my attacker there. And then at that point, I've lost all semblance of what's going on in that midfield because they're just roaming all over the place, you know. Is the AP on the wing working? We don't know yet. We're not sure. We've just tried it. It's kind of a. How's Sergio looking? Installed any bionic limbs? We think so. We think so. We like dynamism in the midfield, don't we? We do like dynamism. Because my thought was maybe Golubovic could come down and be that dynamic player in the midfield. He's got acceleration. He can dribble. He can go here. Right. He's got off the ball. He can pass, sort of. His vision's not too bad. His work rate's fine. Ghost, got you muted on for this. I'm dealing with a mental health emergency on the wing. Oh shit, no worries, Ghost. Yeah, you get that sorted out. You get it fixed, buddy. I mean, how much do we pay for Unsworth? 14. Fraggle God, welcome in. Appreciate the follow. Okay, here's an idea. How's about Unsworth potentially drops to the bench, and we get ourselves a box-to-box midfielder. Unsworth can then potentially come on and change things up. Yeah? So if we move that to a box-to-box midfielder on support, Hayes goes to Mazzala on attack, or a central midfielder on attack, really. We can move Unsworth down to here, right? So that's an option. Yeah? Chat then becomes back to either a DM or a halfback. Okay? Maybe a ball winner, possibly, but then I suppose you then got the ball winner in the box to box might potentially get in each other's way. Maybe. We'll see. Here's a CM. Get a monstrous partner. Right, so then we work out what we're doing with Danilovic and Golubovic. Murphet, we've got as an inside forward. That's fine. Still need that ball playing defender. We might need a left back, possibly, unless we just keep with Sam Jones. If we put Sam Jones there for now, at least we know we've got someone in there. So, and we've got Bell is on the bench here, so let's put Bell there. Is that looking like the first choice bench? McBride, Unsworth, Wilson, Martian, Bell. Yeah, that's fine so far. Robert Smith is right-footed. Left-footed, okay. Right. So, scouting. Change that now from a ball winner to a box to box. Bell is on the verge of starting. Yes, he is. But what I'd like is I'd like a proper ball playing centre half if we can, because I'd like to be able to bring the ball out of the box. Whether we can do that or not, I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. Some interest in Hall. I mean, everyone's bidding over his value, so Everton have paid full whack. Let's just keep it as it is for now because we don't want to go straight in. Let's just reject that for now. Take some players who've been off on shortlists from previous clubs. That's one thing I need to pretend. That's one thing I need to do. That I should do off stream. There's nothing I do off stream actually. I must admit there's nothing I do off stream. But the thing I should do is tidy up my shortlists. Do you know what I mean? I should be like, right, let's get this done. But I don't. I should. Right, transfer list, transfer targets. Kobe Mino, except thinking about formation in the shower. Yeah, formation in the shower is exactly the right way to do it. Yeah. Okay, so we want a box to box is what we want. Box to box. There you go. Don't think that's actually followed through, but we can have a bit of an idea, can't we? Now the thing is that there is a player that we like, or that I like, sorry. Some people don't like him. I don't think he likes us either. I don't think he wants to come either. So we'll have a look at him. But what strong foot is the left winger? The left winger is right-footed. So he is coming inside. He's an inverted. Well, he was inverted, so he's now as an AP. But yeah, he's right-footed. Reasonable on his left, but better on his right. So I'm going to try and get him coming inside. But apparently he doesn't want to do that. We've tried asking him, going, will you come inside? And he's like, nah, not fussed, mate. Not fussed. So we'll have to think about that. But again, I think he might be able to play up front, but does need a bit of shooting practice, I think. Already got attacking movement. That's what shooting in there. Comes deep to get off the ball off him. I quite like, actually, you know what? I quite like that. I do quite like the fact he does it. Let's get him to try and come inside if we can. Lulu Buster, how's Mrs. J? A bit up and down, to be honest. Like she's still not 100%. She's getting a bit better, I must admit. Thank you, Lulu Buster, but yeah, she's still not 100%, sadly. So hopefully she'll start to improve. This was one of the lads that I was thinking was quite handy, but he's maybe more of a. Now I'm thinking, is he more of a ball winner rather than a box to box. I was playmaker now, innit? Passing and vision 15 and 17. Decision making, bravery. Great deal left in the fear in the making. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm good thinking. You know what I mean? But problem is we've got so many. We've got so many players who are versatile. But it's just like there's just like all it is versatile now, and it's like, right, what's his best position though? Don't know, but he can play in loads of places. Like, that's great. That doesn't help us at all, you know. We don't need another playmaker midfielder. No. Have we got 2 strikers yet? No. Ali Gunga. When's he out? The 30th. Could be a bit weird. Doesn't like big matches. Oh, can be fickle. Great. Tom Davidson. Rangy striker. Donald McGlynn. There's another option. 26-year-old. Plays up front. Finishing 17. Composure 15. Determination 17. Heading 16. Jumping reach 14. Anticipation 15. Moves in the channels. Acceleration 12 though. That's the problem. And 9 goals in 22 games. So again, it's not great. Gets caught out a lot. Scored 9 goals last season, so he'll fit in with our team in the fact that he doesn't actually want to score that many goals. Need a target man. Think closer Quinn. Yes. Again, just doesn't have tackling, does he? About the massive Brazilian. Well, we have to wait and see if they lock down that deal at Sunderland. Arnal, leadership 18. Oh, and he can play left back. Lack of work ethic can be an extra burden on his teammates. That's not great, is it? Determined though. Tackling at least 13. Tackling's 12, sadly, this time. Aggression 17. Anticipation 16. Bravery 17. Decision making 17. Concentration, determination 18. Leadership 18. Work rate 7. That's worrying, isn't it? I also don't think he wants to sign for us, but it's intriguing. So the massive Brazilian guy we'll show you in a second. In fact, I'll show him right now. Okay, he was all things to all men, and then some more. Where is he? They surely must have signed him. Fabio joins permanently. 6'7", 29, dribbling of 15, finishing of 15. Jumping reach of 17, composure of 17, 17 determination, 14 acceleration. Only scored 6 goals in 10 games, so 4 in 9, which isn't too bad, I guess. But yeah, we wanted that guy. That's the fellow we wanted. Maybe next time. What's this guy? Central midfield again. He's not box to box, is he? Alright, when are we signing for Sunderland? Well, we need to get that sorted fairly quickly, don't we? That's the thing. Like, that's the next step. Get the scouts in, tell them to scout the world for the next Fabio. Yeah, get that guy. More of that guy, please. See Mazzala, box to box on support. No tackling though. He's not really good enough. He's a winger. Comparison. Find similar players to Fabio. Right. Who would we find and how? Oh, mate, don't worry, man. No. It's like, don't stress. There was I guess it's it's part and parcel of your work, and it can be a bit tough. So, what have we done so far? You'll be unsurprised to know that we haven't done much so far. So we've narrowed it down to we need a bastard in midfield, and we need a bastard at the back, and if we could get a big bastard up front, that'd be great. We're lacking aggression, we're lacking anger, we're lacking players who can kick up a fuss. 36 on Evan Nelson. It's not him. Call the Argentinians. Inhibitions is in. Welcome in. Appreciate the follow. TJ doesn't like doing it though. I've just done it, and it's brought up nothing. I've just done it for the first time. I'm like, oh, yeah, we don't really want to get that. Work rate, aggression, stamina, decisions. We need to find a Gattuso. Yeah. But again, it's how do you find those without clicking on this bit here and changing it to set them out. So, because obviously I can't do that, can I? I can't just. That's not how I'd work. That's not how it work in real life. So, I need to be a bit more careful with my selection. Who had the most tackles in League One? We can have a little look at that. Argues with officials, destroys advertising hoardings, takes drugs. Oh wait, no. Relegated Championship teams. I think we need to look at who did well in the Premiership, like bottom half of the Premiership team. You know, we need to be able to sort of get those guys out. Be like, right, who was fighting? 34 Ronningen Jurgensen. DLP. He's not going to be fighting and kicking around, is he? Oscar Room Mazzala. David Williams. You see on Sky Sports News they have an FM attributes. Where some teams use it as an initial look. Probably. Got the budget to asset strip your fellow championship teams. Have just finished my second season with Fortuna Dusseldorf. Yes, Baron. I love that. I love that you're properly into it. That's what it's all about. I'm glad you're enjoying it as well. I do agree though, Ulrich, we should be out there just chucking money around left, right and centre. But I feel very uneasy about that. I need to be convinced to be like, it's not your money, Tony. Just get rid of it now. Jazul. Go back to the Ipswich guy. Double-barreled Ipswich guy. We're lacking leaders is what we're lacking as well. So we have to try and get some leaders in. This guy here, Hughes Jones. He seems more of a playmaker again, I think. So he's not quite the evening, Mickey Spoon. Welcome. You're about 10 days behind. Okay, so we finished mid-table in the championship, and we've been given another season to try and get Crystal Palace working, which is good. So we're going to do that. We've got 40 odd million quid still to spend, because obviously I've raised some money, because that's we don't want to be spending all of that. We're now trying to get some teams. We're trying to get a bit of a team together where we can actually do that sort of second season Huddersfield thing, where we got ourselves like Oxford, when it's just like, right, let's get it all prepped properly. We've had one little look at the league. We know what to do now. Right, go and hit it proper. So we're trying to work out where we can get some steel from. We're lacking a bit of steel in the midfield. We're lacking a ball player in defence. We're lacking someone who's going to get us those goals and guarantee us those goals. We've signed a couple of players, and we think, okay, we've got a couple of players in there that look pretty decent, but it's just keeping those consistent signings coming in. Have a look at the Millwall team. They'll definitely find some steel in there, won't you? And it will be British as well if it's in Millwall. They'll insist upon that. But yeah, we're just nudging our way through. There's a few players we've had a little look at. We're like, right, maybe. But as I say, we're now just trying to find bastards, to be honest. And it's a bit harder than you'd think. Do you know what I mean? Being like, right, let's search thug. Where do I find that? It's not as easy as you'd expect. There was a suggestion as well. We would get to. We obviously wouldn't play a league game tonight. Of course, we're not going to do that. We're not even going to get to do a friendly tonight. We might even not get to the end of June tonight, which again was partly what I was alluding to earlier before you came in. Have we had a look at any left backs? Not any left backs that are better than what we've already got. To be honest, we've had a little nosy around at a couple. Are we happy with the first team squad right now? Now, not so much, Mickey, because this is what it currently looks like. So, as you can see, 2 definite gaps. Maxwell's just come in, and I keep showing Maxwell off because I think he's great. This is what we want. 21 years old, Danish, 27 caps. Yeah, brilliant. Keeper's not fantastic. If we can get, he's got a bit of potential, but again, we're trying to get another goalkeeper in. So yeah, we've got players in there that will work right now, but we'd like better. Is I think kind of how we need to be looking at it, you know. Find some of the players. The Danish lad. Yeah, we can certainly try that. But I'm wondering whether or not that's going to be. Do you have too many players in central midfield? No, not at all. Tom Hayes and Martian famously dislike each other. Oh, great. I'm not aware of this. Check the tackling charts. Banned for 3 matches, sent off for Denmark. Might be bastard number 1. Could be our first guy. Let's have a look then. Player stats. Should we just look at players? I was going to say, should we look at players who got yellow cards? And be like, right, there's our first. Right. Jay White, who we sold. Abdi Ditmer, Leeds defender. In the Fortuna Challenge, if you get offered the Bayern job, do you get extra points? No, not really. But well done though. Well done for doing it. You can feel free to take it, but it's obviously just play around with it and just see how you get. But that can be quite good fun. Tom Howcroft again. He's not the box-to-box player we want. Lad from Leeds. Now, see, I don't know about this lad from Leeds as to whether we'll get him, but remember, we did look at this lad from Leeds, which I still think we may still have an option on. Bit of experience, 32, leader, jumping reach, anticipation, heading, passing, tackling, marking, teamwork, work rate, positioning, marks opponents tightly, avoids using the weaker foot, brings the ball out of defence. He's 32 though, I must admit, but we do lack a little bit of experience. So he is slow. He is. Just thinking out loud for potential options. Prefers his left side. Well, we need to see as well about whether or not we can get this lad in from the what do you call him, the Croatian lad as well. not building a team for 3 years, though. Well, we don't know. We don't know, Ulrich. We never know. The pace average, you don't want him to be everywhere. He's the middle of the park player. Leeds guy gets a tick. I think the Leeds guy gets a tick. I think as well, you've got to remember that while we've got players that are bombing on, we're going to need someone to stay back a little bit. And if he's a ball player, then he might be able to actually knock the ball to somebody else and get them to do the work. So he won't really be running around all over the place. And at 5 million quid max, that's not very much, is it? But there's also the issue of he's still not the first guy, is he? He's still not the first choice. Right, so if we're looking for a midfielder, we want to be getting things like interceptions, high intensity sprints, things like that. Right, high intensity sprints, there we go. Paul Martin, 29, he's burnt out. Fullback. Finn Stevens, fullback. Marin, fullback. Ball, fullback. Right, okay, I may be looking at the wrong thing here. Let's take out. Can you fill the positions top right? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that probably makes more sense. That probably makes more sense. Didn't know you could do that. No, apparently not. Oh, because it will still then show players who are classed as midfielders. Got ya. Right, okay. Tackles per 90 minutes, I guess. Interceptions made, there we go. Dre Bamford, top of the league. Centre back, full back though. Burrows. Huddersfield? Colchester. Regatsu, ball playing centre half, 29. Nah, he's not as good as the Leeds are, actually. Denzo Cassius. And Bar. Tackles per 90. Koike. Pressures attempted, maybe. Yeah, distance covered. Distance covered is not a bad idea, actually. Keane, Wolfen, what's the aim of the save? The aim of the save is very simple. Win everything in England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. The challenge itself is simple. The idea is simple. The challenge is much more tricky, to be honest. We're currently we've won 9 out of 35. We're about to start season 15, so that's, yeah, we've got quite a bit still to do. Harold Roberts here. Fickle, 3. Anticipation 16. He's not very brave. Tackling's 13. Agility 17. Doesn't like big matches. You're doing Ancelotti, nice. Not quite like him, but better. I mean, for free though. Ben Douglas doesn't quite look at Kieran Cowie. That's what we're looking for, this sort of thing. Bravery makes me wonder. Yeah. Oh, see that's not good. 9. Jumping reach 2. But he's 5'5", angry Scott in the midfield. That's kind of got what you there's something magical there, isn't there? He's got something. But off the ball's not great. Positioning's not great. It's just not quite in it. David Mellor. No. Right, okay, so we're not quite there. Possession 1. No midfielders apparently. Distance covered. Adam McKenzie, wing back. You know, wing backs. Clough wing backs. This could well be a wing back situation, couldn't it? Right, DM most yellow cards. That's not a bad idea, is it? Barley Mumba. I think this is definitely only going to be wing backs, isn't it? Distance covered. We've been through distance covered, haven't we? Dwayne Trotman. Actually, did we look at him before? His work rate's a question mark. His tackling's not particularly good. Elijah Peters. Getting not there. David Williams. Ben Hames is very good as a winger. Forrest. Ancelotti challenge is very, very difficult. Very difficult indeed. And as it should be, to be honest. So, I think you need to be... you can have some fun doing that, I reckon. It's like this one. Like we're taking our time with it. This is gonna be a long challenge. This is our challenge we're gonna use all year. Going to Everton is a pain in the seat in the arse. What, in real life or? It's not possible to sign him. Great, Jordan James. That's what 31. Go to the Championship. Possession 1. 50 million quid. Sousa, 94 million quid. Great. Who's the lad from Leeds? I think he's a youngster, so we're not going to get him in. He's on loan from Liverpool. Again, tackling's only 12. It's not brilliant. Plus, where's his leadership? You know. The other leads one. Ruben. That lad there. Tackling 1. Another leads I would jump in reach of 16. We might have been on something different. I don't know now. I don't know. I want to know from Liverpool. All right, okay, got you. That guy. That's the one, yeah. Yeah, Zeki Uzun. Let's say I'm not. Teamwork, work rate, fitness, stamina, I suppose. Determination's reasonable. Tackling's only 12 though. Is he good enough? Fickle. Hard working midfielder. I mean, does the aggression's only 11. Need him to get a bit more than doing. Get him fighting. Might be available next month. Worth keeping tabs on. True. John Grant back in. Transfer listed as well. Stacey's not a deep line player. He's not a ball winner, is he? Sadly, He's not the bastard. He's not. He's just not the bastard. Got France loaded. Yes. Yes, we have, yeah. Let's have a quick look there and see what we've got. We've got some... he's still not interested. He's keeping his options open after the European Championships. Come on, O'Brien. Come and join us. Come and join us. Same method of League Earn. Mbala, Matovic. 40 odd million quid. Distance covered per 90. This is going to be fullbacks, isn't it? Still, Wendell. Bajnik. Can't tackle. Chikate. Jimenez. Galaza. Central midfielder. Diallo. John in Bordeaux. Can't get him. He's already off somewhere else, sadly. Yellow card. Centre back. So this ends. Spajic. Batista. Tackling 1 to 5. Right, this is the lad. This is the lad that I want. This is the lad that I want. But he just, that tackling's the problem. But this is what we need. This lad here. I'm going back in for him. We can improve Petrosands. Okay, where did I get him from? Where was Petrosands? He was in the other cards, wasn't he? Okay, let's have a look. Jumping reach, yes. Concentration, yes. Determination, yes. Work rate. Tackling, marking, heading. Gets forward whenever possible. Doesn't dive into tacklings. Well, this is the thing. He's 27 years old. What's going to improve? I'm not saying he's bad. He's not a leader. He's not a ball player. Like, I'm happy to shortlist him, but I'm thinking his aggression is low, but that will come good if you play him at that level. My comparison would be Serra. Really. I do want a ball player. Yes, I do want a ball player. So Serra's going to be our backup. Our backup this year. Is he going to be better than his backup? He is 27. Yeah, he's about £20 million cheaper than Victor, the Nantes guy. Yeah, but Victor's a central midfielder though. That's the thing. And Victor probably also doesn't want to play for us. It's scary that Serra's the better defender. Yeah, it is a little bit, isn't it? So ruddy, bloody brave. Look at that. But everything else, passing's better. Off the ball's a bit better. Determination's better. Composure's better. Like, Serra's not actually a bad player, really, in the sense of what we've got, but you know, thankfully we can now get better players. He doesn't like big matches as well. It's quite a thing. I'll tell you what, he's on the shortlist, right? He's on the shortlist. Let's keep our eyes open, okay? We might come back to him. If we can't get anyone else, then there's definitely someone there. There's definitely something there, you know? Can Serra play as a DMC? I wouldn't imagine so. He's not, like, he's at 27, he's under his prime, so surely improve. That's a good point. It's a very good point, actually. He's top of the league earned for key tackles per 90 minutes. Okay, he's on the consideration pile. Yeah, surely my hit rate on transfers earns him a look at. But look, he's on the shortlist. He's on the shortlist, Ghost. Right, that's definitely good enough for me. He's on the shortlist. As I say, we just need to have a quick little nosy around, work out what else there is. Because if there's someone else who's around who we can get that's a little bit better, then great. But if not, then, you know, he's worth a look. He's worth a look. So you'll get the best years out of him. It's possible. It's very possible. I was going to write up on the SI forum showing that pace beats everything in FM. It's acceleration, isn't it? It's acceleration that beats everything. Like, because obviously pace can be, you can have 17 pace, but if your acceleration's only 11, then you don't really get to the full level. So it's definitely there. Aquino is better, different position, but better. Well, Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga, always find a long-term replacement. We can absolutely do that. Tresciani. There's got to be someone in here that, like, we can find. I'm writing him down. Okay, he's definitely an option. Okay, he's definitely an option. I've got 20 pace. It takes me a week to get up there, and I only run for 30 seconds. Yeah, exactly. So he's cheap as well. He's absolute peanuts. Does he want to join is the question. We're going to do all this and it'd be like he's not even interested. Doesn't really want to move, but he could do it. Okay. Right. He's sort of interested in a sense. I'm not sure I see a star player either, but let's let him think that he is, right? But secretly he's not. He's not. Siva Mansverk, 34. top yellow cards. Wisdom Ame. Oh no. You lot all loved him, didn't you? When we first started this at Sunderland. I've still got him being scouted, I think, at Sunderland. So we'll put him back in again. Shot hard, Hugo Ortiz. 96 million quid. Possession 1, Bellingham. Mateus. Philippe Mateus. 28 million. Just want to buy Milan. We're not going to get him. Possession lost, we don't need. We could do with things like tackles or headers or interceptions made. De Pietro, wing back. Ruggeri. Avanzi, blocks. Mateus is back in there again. Salem Ali. Dinacoli. Sardiosi. The players we just looked at again. Pressures attempted. 138 mil. Not going to be him. Tackling of 9. I love that. Aggression 17. Stamina 17. Pace 16. Fitness 18. Tackling 9. Ball winner midfielder. Like, what's he doing? What's he doing? He's got everything else he needs. He's an attacking midfielder who likes to beat the offside trap. Steven Gerrard. He has everything that you see as technicals. Skulls. He's kind of. He's like Chevron James, isn't he? He just likes to kick people. Gattuso. I don't even know about that. Like, surely tackling would be higher. But then again, it doesn't necessarily say that he tackles correctly, does it? So there is that, I guess. He anticipates well. Let's move to a bigger club than Salernitana. I don't know if Crystal Palace is bigger, but we'll have a look. Pignatale. Labordaret. Mazzoli. Esteves. Tackling 3. Exactly the same. Exactly the same. Rubinho. Tackling 9. I love Severa. Like if we could get him in, I'd love him, but I don't think we're going to be able to. Bubara, 30 years old. Yeah, I think if we can get him in, I'd be over the moon. But I can't see Severa coming, sadly. But I'll be chucking everything at him. Go, please, 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 come and do it. Andre Sherwood, 293 million quid. Thought to myself, stop eating on a night while watching Dr. Pimple Popper. Who's Dr. Pimple Popper? That's not me, is it? Is that my new nickname? Oh dear. To be fair, pressure tempted you want from your midfield and attack midlines, not so much your DM. They're leaving gaps behind, maybe. I'm just trying to look for anything that we think is going to be handy for us, you know? And at the minute, there's nothing that's really jumping out to be like, yes, that's what we want. Christian Dan. Fracliones, Bonduche. If you were Dr. Pimple Popper, would you have a doctorate be in? My doctorate would be in the art of pimple poppering, I think. So, 29 years old, Moroccan, ball-winning defender, tackling of 15, aggression of 19, positioning of 16, determination, decision-making. Nuruddin Kafi. Is that the guy? 80 grand a week he's currently on. He is an angry, angry little man. 5'7" as well. That's absolute small man syndrome. He's not going to want to come and play for us, is he? Low composure. I mean, yeah. Like I love. This is what I like about it. Like, it doesn't matter what we find on here. It could be the greatest players to like. Oh, but yeah, this is a bit off, innit? 80 grand is silly, to be honest. Let's have a look at Bundesliga. 3 other cards in 34 games, lightweight. And the Moroccan Gary Medel. James Katenge, when he looked at this guy, doesn't want to come, sadly. Nino Fanch, 260 million quid. Silva, 21 mil. It's a lot of squeezing it away. It's so fascinating to watch. No, I get you. I totally get you. Like, I'm sort of into it as well. That's like, I could sit and watch it and be like, oh, look at that. It's all weird, isn't it? But yeah, I get where you're coming from. Aaron Muller, number 9, tackling 15, decision making, concentration. Not much else really. Gabriel Garun. Bravery just a bit too low. Brushevic. One by Villa and Southampton. So Premier League quality, I guess. Frank Leinster. Marks opponents tightly. Plays no through ball. Stays back at all times. Dives into tackles. This is our guy. 6'1". Ball-winning midfielder on defend. Low composure still. Pace isn't great. Jumping reach is fine. Marking's fine. Tackling's fine. Still only a 6 on leadership though. Right, shortlist him because he's an option. Camavinga, Muller is back in there again. Tackles per 90, relishes big matches. Oh, does he? Ooh, okay. Maybe he's talked himself into a conversation then. If he relishes big matches. He is a must sign. Martin Maxwell, Welshman out in Stuttgart. Standard Welsh centre midfielder. Felipe Duran, Demet. Tackling of 6. Not angry to be an angry little man. How about a mildly miffed midfielder? Pressures attempted. Bobsian. Arters, look at that. He's got everything. 300 grand a week. Can't tackle. Tile can't tackle. Can't tackle. He might improve. I don't know. I know we're buying players for now, but he might be okay. He's got a mohawk as well. He's 6'3". We'll learn his ball when midfielders are crap at tackling. He's back up, but he's £6 million. I think what we're seeing is that on the new gen builder, there's a few attributes that just don't quite make it into the game. Everyone's always lacking something, which I guess makes sense. You know, we don't want it to be too easy, do it? We don't want to be like, all right, let's literally just find the attributes that we need. Risk on the Italian. I mean, for me, I think that let's take interested off first of all, because that can obviously be the thing. We can work out where we who's actually interested and who's not. So Scavone was an option. Is he still interested? Was he ever interested? No, apparently. Right, okay. So Scavone might not be interested, and also Severa might not be interested as well. Labandiera. Did we have a look at him before, did we? This guy? Oh, he's at Spurs. That's why, yeah, he looks alright, actually. Centre half. But I want a ball player. And we looked at him last, right? Yeah, and I was like, he's got no vision. That's the problem. Stop myself at that. Nils. Who was the Nils? Nils was the German lad, yeah. Right, what was it? Nils was the young lad, is that right? This guy here, yeah, Nils Reschke. So we'll have to wait and see what happens after Cologne finish. £4 million though is the potential buyout. So wait and see what we can get on that. We've progressed a day. And I say again, do we have a kid in the development centre? I know we weren't there long enough to build anything, but have we got some serviceable players? We've got some reasonable players in there, but no one who's going to jump straight in as a first teamer. I don't think. I could be wrong, but that's where I'm currently at. So here's our first team candidate. It's Jaden Miller. It's a backup fullback, but he's going to be a backup to the potential backup, if that makes sense. It looks all right. At 22, you'd maybe expect to be moving up a bit more. A Campo, I think we need to offer back out again because he should be on his way to another club. Kieran Clark is fine, I guess, for a 20-year-old. Fine. But he's joining Lorient, so that's not going to happen. Contracts up for DL. Daniel Day-Lewis, maybe? Or left back. Yeah. Aberdeen, Preston and St Mirren. Yeah, we can lock him down for another one. Just extend that. That's fine. There we go. But in terms of players that are there, so Angel will come back. Jade Miller, of course, we just had a look at there, but everyone's like 2 stars. So I don't think we've got anyone who's going to jump straight in to the first team, sadly. No, afraid not. We're still scouting. So Petrostans has been an option. That Roberts lad has been an option. Never were stars. No, I don't. I tend not to either. But for an early look, it gives a bit of a quick eyeball, doesn't it? We can jump in for this guy, but I think he's going to go with the Man U. Could he play as ball-winning midfielder? Probably could, couldn't he? But I've got a feeling that we're gonna miss out, I reckon. If Man U after him is worth a shot, you can always say no. Fair play, Tykes, man. Fair play indeed. Get in the conversation, innit? Go like, yeah, Manchester's fine at that, but come to us for a year, then we'll sell you to Man U anyway. So do it that way. Aberdeen want Vitala on loan. That's just a creek, shall we? No. Why is he going to a club that doesn't exist? There is that in it. There is absolutely that. I would like to go to Imagination Land. Okay, fine, off you go then. I'm already there. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Towering goalkeeper Chambers, 6'5", handling 16, aerial reach. I was experiences in older FMs. I always find kids bigger than their star ratings. I have kids who are horrendous. Yeah, there is that. Like, there's a lot of it about, which is just things that are wrong, you know. I wonder, actually, should I now start looking at the expiring players market? Because we might end up getting someone who's a bit handy. There's Pereira. One midfielder apparently, but clearly not. James Lee McRae. Tell you what, who is about to have their contract expiring? Let's find that out. I'm a 2-star striker, score 500 goals in FM. Yeah, I mean, like, as I say, we know that it's not the be-all and end-all, but it gives you a little bit of an idea. Like, it gives you a tiny bit of a, like, yeah, maybe they could be something. They might not be. Drew Ward. Excellent sign for the future. He might well be. Caleb Glatzel. Suwari. Fennick McLaughlin. Matai Fisher. We've already got a right back. We don't need you now. Azamiari. She fits Gem. Travers. No. Zito. No. Jonathan Ludwinson. 27. 3-star goalkeeper currently at Bordeaux. On loan from Napoli. 3rd in the league for clean sheets. Only 5'10" though. Alongside major Median Storms have an Italian DM who might be interested. 22 years old with 15 and 21 caps. Let's see what you got. A lot of what you've said there seems to resonate with us. What's the director of football saying? We've tried to listen to Dougie Freedman before, and he's never really given us the best advice. So this guy's wanted by Napoli, Madrid, Betis. Luca Gandolfi. Oh, Man U. Is that the guy? He does have a couple of little bits that just don't quite seem to match up. But yes, he does look. He looks good, doesn't he? Hello, Pilgrim. By the way, welcome in, pal. Alejandro. The next Zubi Zaretta. I mean, that's a bold statement, isn't it? Daniel Rachel. Oh, we know all about you. Teamwork and aggression, but other than that, I mean, that's kind of what we need, right? It's kind of what we need. Lenny Lacroix. Klaus Riedel. How's your stream, Pilgrim? Hope it was a good one. Well, come in. We're in the in the cold face. We're up against it. We're sat going through the nitty gritty again, trying to get into the actually there you go. That's box to box. Trying to sort of find ourselves the next little piece that we need to try and make things happen. John Grant. I mean, John Grant's an option, His tackling's not great, but he could maybe be. Finley Burns, 32. How can you be a ball-playing defender at 32? Right, no loanees. No box-to-box loanees. A player from Tottenham. We're not even getting our hopes up with the director of football. Not that Dougie Freeman's up to much like. But tell you what, Dusseldorf have got a great squad. It's fun, isn't it? It is fun. It is fun, this Dusseldorf challenge. Galdolfi, isn't it? Let's go to Man U. This is the lad here, Luca Gandolfi. Fitness of only 9 is a bit of a worry. But tackling of 16 is good. Decision making is good. Leadership is good. Vision and marking is good. Winds up opponents, argues with officials. I mean, do we think he's worth a bet now? He's the bit of needle that we need. But look at all of this lack of team ethic. Lowest, like, so low in terms of headers, so low in terms of possession, sprints, just anything. Just, he hates football. He's like, I'm not that bothered, but still a perfectionist. Also, Scavone, yeah, Scavone's great. I know he doesn't want to join, but we can always sort of be like, yeah, but how's about? Low teamwork, yeah, it is a bit weird and it is a bit strange. Could he be the ball player? Vision of 13, but passing of 9. So he sort of likes the idea of it, but at the same time, isn't that fussed. It's big wages, but maybe big wages is what we need. We bring Parsons back. He doesn't want to come back, does he? I'm not 100% on Tony Soprano. There's always got to be a little bit of give and take, though, hasn't there? There's going to be something that's not quite what we've got. There's no one that's jumping out at me at the minute, I must admit. You know, I'm not sat here going like, yeah, definitely go for this guy, definitely go for that guy. Like even this lad. Physical's brilliant. But where's that leadership? I mean, I know he's born in a place called Turbo, so that's pretty good. Sheffield United have made a bid for this guy. Am I going to be rushed into trying to bid for this guy? I am, aren't I? And Stoke have made a bid for Lewis. Oh. Keeper, I've got the next Shilton at Liverpool, loan to Forest. Target man is Anas Alawi at Norwich. But you can't guess who I think has good leadership qualities. Is it the lad from Uruguay? Right, 19 mil for Daniel Lewis. Oh, it's Wardy. West Ham have signed Barker. Fair enough. Not a problem. Let him go and do that. Fine. If that's the sort of thing you like. Nicky Mallon. What do you do? You could be a ball-winning midfielder, could you? You could be a ball-playing centre-back, could you? Okay. Where have you come from, Nicky Mallon? On loan from Man City. Excellent. That means you might be available in the summer. Possibly. Thiago Pereira. Barrett. Get Alawi in to win the league. Get Aquino in and win the wing, obviously. Right, who's this Alawi? Can't even pronounce him, that's the problem, isn't it? Call him an ass. He's 30. 30 years old. 8 goals in 30 games, in 36 games. Surely. For a keeper, I like the next Shilton at Liverpool. Is that one that we've got actually in this game right now? Is it? Is he a beast? Is he? Have I just sort of poo-pooed him a bit too quickly? He's good for you. Give you 2 seasons. Sylvester Paisley. I love his name. His name on the next. Outspoken, volatile, and confrontational. Oh, is that the kind of attributes that we want? The kind of personality trait we want in the dressing room? Alawi. Let's see what this guy does. His work rate looks low. I'm just confused. I'm just curious as to what's going to make him the beast that you're suggesting. Last season, he couldn't pass 2 hours of a shoot. Imagine the rockets he'd give them. True. There's that. Finishing, jumping ahead. That's all you need. Yeah. I mean, I need something. I need to create something in order to make that happen. So, I mean, do we go for Gandolfi? Michael Cook doesn't want to come. Forget about it. I don't think this guy wants to come either, but we'll still at least delay everyone else's bidding. That seems fair, right? West Ham are now in for Gandolfi. Great. Ooh, Nantes want Batella. Right. How's about we try and convince this guy to come, but you can have Batella instead. Just as a straight swap. I mean, the bid's not the issue. It's the whole fact that he doesn't actually want to join. That's the problem. Right, I'm going in for this guy as well, actually. Because if we don't get Gandolfi, we'll need somebody. £10 million for... I don't think we go for him at 10 million quid. No. That Harold Roberts is still available on a free transfer, by the way. Is he as bad as we thought? He's only young. He's from my neck of the woods, Washington. Right, he's coming in. Squad player. In you come, pal. Trust the guy. Harold Roberts. Never seen anyone from Washington on the game, apart from Pickford, obviously. So, he comes in. Bartholomew Bernal. Amati. Kenichi. Tim Lorenz. Might have to go back to the German lad. To be honest, Barrington Clough. Oh. Star player. That's what he's wanting. If he doesn't come to us, he's going to go to Sheffield to Stoke, isn't he? So. Are we about to make a big financial mistake? Maybe. We'll see. We'll see if it is or not. Barrington Clough. What a name that guy's got. Right. I feel like we just clicked a few things very, very quickly just to get in some conversations, and I don't know whether or not they're the right decisions or not. Nicholas Achilles, one of ours. Owusu's not going to go anywhere with it. He's not going. He's not going. 3 million for Callum Doyle. Right, Callum Doyle's fine. He's a proper centre half, right? So we can bring him in. He can do the business for us. Obviously, currently on 42 grand. 23. That's fine. Yeah, then we can always boot him out once we get into the top. Yeah, Killy don't want to be getting rid of Chambers. So goalkeeper we still need to try and find. See what Benny can come back with some suggestions on players. If he can come out with any. All right, you've just signed. Who would you recommend? Come on. Declare interest there, see if that's going to help. I don't think it's going to, though. Get rid of the expensive ones. Thing is with this goalkeeper is his agent keeps wanting a little kickback, and he's not going to get it. He's not going to get it, so he's just going to end up leaving. Well, he's not. He's going to be sitting here, not leaving, because the agent's not going to be able to get anything done. I'm not going for Salazar. Cesar Katsia. I can't pronounce it. I can't pronounce it. It's not for us, is it? Habib Kra. Ball playing centre back. Teamwork 17. Marking 13. Tackling 14. Positioning. Leadership 18. He's 5'8". He's possibly a fullback. Celta Vigo. Compare with Jones. Could he be the left back? Maybe. Better at defending. Maybe not as good mentally or in the air, but better physically. Tiny bit better vision. Bit better technicals. If we nail our good striker yet. Sorry if it might be Daniel Day-Lewis still. I think we all know that's where we're going to be going, right? That seems to be the best option. 18 for leadership, 15 positioning, 17 teamwork, 17 decisions. He's not as brave. I'm voting no on everyone. 12 for heading, so at least he can actually intercept the ball as well. Marking's better, tackling's better. Anticipation's better, balance is better. He's a better player, isn't he? Just is better. I don't think we need strikers. Just want to feel if we panic, considered Paul Ward yet. I mean, we can always panic, consider Paul Ward, right? We can always consider. Doesn't like big matches. £33 million. Is that what they're thinking? Doesn't want to sign. Doesn't want to sign. Why show us all these players that go, oh, this guy's good, isn't this guy's good? Yeah, he is good, yeah. Yeah, he's not interested, yeah. Like, either show me people that do want to sign, or don't. Don't show me anybody. Do you know what I mean? Waiting for scouts and assists, we get a 30-year-old Moroccan international target man beast with a Queen Yoda supplying from the right wing. I mean, you make a reasonable point, to be honest, that's something to consider. This rate, Wardy doesn't want to join us either. Imagine being turned down by Wardy. Imagine that. Imagine we're sat there going, we're not fussed, and he's like, well, I tell you what, I'm not fussed either. And then we're like, oh, didn't think that, did not consider that. Not quite good enough. Harvey Taylor, defensive midfielder. Not sure the conversation was that great. Aaron Aubert on loan from PSG. 22, he's only 5'10". We can't have that. We can't have that. Trent Gorski on loan from Man City as well. Zane Hamilton. Right. I think what we might have to do is we might have to continue this tomorrow. We've almost, well, what have we done? We've nudged like 2 weeks possibly. It's quite a lot for us really to move 2 weeks in about what, 3 hours. So I think that's fairly good going for us. Jan Ari Spijk, 21 years old. Finishing, first touch, determination, flair. 6'1". 2 weeks still in Alberto. This is going to drag on. It might. We just don't know. We just don't know. Trouble is, I'm not massively sold on it just yet. The transfer window will close, and then we'll panic buy a few players. And then we can obviously sit and be like, oh, God, I wish we'd done this and wish we'd done that. We clearly didn't do it. That's our own fault. That's my fault. It will happen. And it's going to be interesting to see at what point I start to go, oh no, what am I doing? Well, 100% will panic buy. Like, if we don't panic buy, then, like, you know what? Why are we even bothered? Like, you know, love a good panic buy with a touch of remorse thrown in for good measure. We'll have all those. We'll have all those fan favourites coming in, being like, "Hey, told you remember when we don't." I do remember. We made a mistake. Let's move on. Right? That's what we'll have to do. That's what we'll have to keep saying. Labart, instinctive goalkeeper. Is he available for loan still? 31 grand. Nope. If you don't panic buy, are you even playing FM? There we go. That's the question. That is the question. Because certainly, like, oh, look at me, I'm taking it seriously. You know, I'm considering what I'm doing. Pathetic. You know, yeah, like, if we can all do really well if we spend time, you know, looking at stuff and, like, you know, considering all the options and all the alternatives. But Luffy's right. Panic buying's much funnier. You know, because then we end up getting in situations that it's just like, oh God, why have we bought this? Why have we bought this player? Who said this player was a good idea? Tony, why have you bought him? You know, that's where we need to end up being. But at the minute, we're trying to work out whether or not we're even going to get our second and third choice targets at this rate. It's all well and good us sitting there going, right, I need this, and this. If those players either don't exist or don't want to join us, which we might be a little bit of both at the minute. A quick little nose over some of these players that are coming through. Pedro Marin. Stano. I mean, we could always go straight back to Dashback or whatever we call them, right at the start of the stream. Be like, right, let's go back to the German lad that we looked at straight away. Some might change their minds when the season rolls over. Exactly. That's the thing. We've started very early at trying to sort of get our team ready, but no time like the present. I've all blown the whole budget on a striker. It might happen if we get Daniel Day-Lewis in. He's going to cost that much money. 19 million quid. It's a lot. Alejandro's goalkeeper. Is he worth it? £11 million? Seems a lot of money on an 18-year-old. What I like to do is I like to get sucked into the panic of it all and be like, right, if you don't buy him now, then he'll be gone. It's like, oh, go. Get him signed. Is it a full moon? Look, he hasn't signed yet, though. I've put the bid in. He might not come. There might be an issue where we've end up having to spend the money in other areas and be like, oh, can't buy the goalkeeper now because we've ended up buying a third choice left back that I wasn't entirely sure about. Budget at the minute is currently the 27 million, but we can certainly raise some more because we've got some players in here that we can sell. I think players like Owen, for example, we can maybe get moved out. 1.5 million, that's not a lot now. Thuram's obviously going to be coming out. We're going to be looking to try and move Batalla out as well. Ideally, for some money. So, yeah, we'll try and do that. There you go. Forrest and Barnsley can fight over him. Gandolfi is extremely uninterested. Oh, great. Oh, brilliant. Just subbed off my keeper and all 4 defenders. He wants 90 grand. We can offer 72. I feel like 70 is probably a lot, right? No, we don't need to be doing that. That's very much a case of, I don't want to come here. Yeah, I know you don't. I know you don't. And you know what? I respect that. I respect the fact you don't want to be here. It's fine. So take him off the shortlist as well, isn't there? Player from Scotland. £12 million on it. Right, I don't think we're buying this goalkeeper either. There's going to be so many other teams that are going to be coming in from this. He's probably not coming to us. So there you go, little Harold Roberts comes in. Right. He might be free, but he might end up being a little bargain, possibly. Because if we can get this guy to be the box-to-box, the ball-winner midfielder, and we've not paid anything for him, then maybe that might be a nice little bargain. Huddersfield have signed Pettifer. Interesting to see how that one works out. Very interesting. Right. Let's see where we are then. So I still can't tackle that, isn't it? Jeffrey Brezovic. He's not going to want to come, is he? No, he's got no interest. I mean, I guess the fact that we're in the championship is part of the reason that we're going to struggle with some of these players, but that's fine. It's our own fault. That's what happens. You know, so we'll just we'll have to make do with how it is. Right. I think it's time to raid out. Let's come back tomorrow. We can chill this out, sort it out. Yeah. Right. Thank you everyone for tonight. It's been a long one. We've not really moved too much further than we expected, but tomorrow we'll be able to do some more stuff. Yeah, we'll see you all there. All the best. Take care. Speak soon. Bye now.